you kidding me with that catch, JJ?
That's how you stand up. That's how you stand up.
And that's the ball game. Touchdown, Vikings.
Welcome back to Vikings Weekly. I'm your host, Tatum Everett, and after back-to-back road games, the Vikings return to US Bank Stadium. Minnesota hosts the 3-9 Washington Commanders and hope to get back in the win column. Coming up in the show, Pete Bercich takes us into the film room to break down the Commanders' run game. We go behind the scenes of how the football video department delivers the game day film, and CJ Ham reflects on his career, legacy, and his most recent award. The Vikings are currently on a 4-game losing skid. However, they want to finish this season out strong. Some of the veterans in the locker room spoke about just that this week and what mindset it'll take to move forward.
Past couple weeks, things haven't gone our way, but guys show up every day, continue to work. No excuses. Guys are excited to be in this building and continue to grow as players and as a team and continue to come together ultimately and get better. So I would say that's where you can see who we are through the struggle, and I think we'll be better for that.
You just talk about the reason we play and the why. Man, it's not hard, man. You go out there for reasons bigger than the money, the fame, I can speak for myself. I can't speak for too many other people, but I know we got a lot of the same guys with the same mindset on this team, and we're playing for pride every week we go out there. Anytime you get a chance to go out there with your last name on your jersey, you're going to play with some pride. So, that's where we're banking on right now. For everybody to go out there and just understand that we got one chance, one op, on this Sunday, and we'll just keep it going week to week.
For a full injury report, you can check out Vikings.com or the Vikings app. And speaking of injuries, Commanders quarterback Jane Daniels has been out for 2 weeks. However, veteran Marcus Mariota has filled in. Either way, whoever plays on Sunday, the offense is much more tough than their record, as our own Pete Bercich shows us in the film room.
These guys read their blocks so well. What do I mean? Well, let's show you on this play right here. Rodriguez got Mariota in the pistol. He gets the handoff. At this moment, when we pause the film, there's absolutely nowhere for him to go. All these gaps are all taken. Look at this. This might be where it's trying to develop in here because they got a kick out on the linebacker, but you've got a D lineman. I mean, there's just nowhere to go. But watch what happens as soon as he takes his hand off. This is the mesh point, right? His next step, he's going to get his shoulders square, and watch what happens, mainly on that defensive lineman. Ever so slightly, this defensive lineman is going where he's not supposed to. He's peeking inside, and Rodriguez can feel it. Look at that. He's already got his shoulders square. He's already turned his vision. He's going to cut back on the outside of that defensive lineman, and then he's off to the races. If he avoids that leg tackle, that could be a touchdown. We've seen these running backs cutback ability, but check Rodriguez out on this play. If you just want to play old school football, this is how you do it, right? In the red zone, Commanders offense. This is just football 101, right? You're short a guy in the box defensively. Now you have this big gap. Rodriguez sees it and just goes north and south, runs through the arm tackles. Rodriguez with a head of steam, folks. He's a tough one to bring down. Watch this. Boom. Bounces off, walks himself to the back of the end zone.
Pete also points out just how creative this Commanders offense is in the rest of the Film Room episode located on Vikings.com or the Vikings app. Well, content and video is something that we do all the time here on the Vikings Entertainment Network. However, did you know that there's an entire football video department dedicated to the players, the coaching staff, and the front office? Take a look at what their game day looks like.
Our main responsibility is to provide technology and film for all coaches, personnel, and players. We need to make it as efficient as possible so they can get all of their work done in a timely manner because every minute counts to the coaches. My name is Nick Miller, Director of Football Video with the Minnesota Vikings. Our video team consists of Julian, Oliver, Ella, Logan, and Junpei.
So you see above that 90-minute sign, that's the end zone video booth that I'll be in today. We have a video blue book, essentially, that lays out how to get to every single location. Each team is required to put together some information in the blue book that basically describes how you get to the sideline and the 2 end zone locations. pregame is just kind of testing a variety of things. Like make sure you have correct power, making sure your colors look good, focus looks good, just so it just looks seamless when you go from view to view.
The first quarter just ended, so I'm importing in all the cards. Although it says on the clock that I technically have 15 minutes to go, the reality is that I really want to get this done within 6 minutes. So I want to edit all of my cards and have the first quarter ready to go before the second quarter is already done. On every single clip, I'm going to have to go through and look at it, make sure that I've got 6 seconds right in front of the first signal. And now that the ref stepped away, boom, I then see them step up to the line. Okay, we've got a motion. A motion happens. Boom, boom, boom. And now I can cut up the film. This represents all the dead clip that is on the film that we don't need to see. So now I've got to switch my ODKs because now our punt team is up.
What Oliver's doing when they're editing is they're applying ODKs to our film. So when our offense is up, it's marked offense. When defense is up, it's marked defense. Special teams, we have it for field goal block, kickoff return, punt return.
For more behind-the-scenes footage from our football video department, you can check out Vikings.com or the Vikings app. Fullback C.J. Ham has one of the most incredible stories in the NFL. From a rookie tryout to practice squad, starter, then captain, and now the Vikings' Walter Payton Man of the Year club winner for the second straight year. For the Duluth, Minnesota native who is always giving back, it was time to honor him. All right, good to see you again.
Hello.
Hello, hello. CJ, I don't have to tell you this, but you're coming up on a decade mark. When you hear that, what goes through your mind?
I'm getting old.
Aren't we all?
But no, secondly, it's just really just gratitude. I'm just thankful that I've been able to do what I love for 10 seasons and in my home state where I grew up, watching this team and being close to the family and friends. It's not a story that I could have even wrote for myself.
And for the second straight season, you are the Walter Payton Man of the Year club winner, voted on by your teammates. What about that do you hope people see, not the recognition, but the work?
I still can't put into words. I couldn't put into words last year, and I really still can't put it into words, like how much this means to me and my family. For my teammates to see, like, hey, he's really trying to see people and love people and know people.
Your teammates say that's who you are, though. Where does that come from?
It comes from, I would definitely say my parents. My dad and my late mother. People who truly just loved everyone. I don't know how many different family members I would have moved from Chicago to come, live with us in Minnesota. My mom was always taking in kids, making sure people had something to eat, clothes on their back. And so they just taught me to live for something bigger than myself.
You're carrying that now on to your family. You and your wife, Steph, include your kids in give back opportunities.
It's beautiful to bring everybody in this room, to see all these faces. It's a special, special event for my family now, my wife and I.
How intentional were you guys in modeling acts of service for your family?
I think it's something that my wife and I, I want to do exactly what my parents did for me. Teaching me those same exact lessons. So just showing my kids that, hey, be a light to others. Show people, that you care.
That's my mommy. That's my mommy. That's my mommy.
When you look back, or when you want to look back on your legacy that you created, what do you hope that looks like?
I really don't think about my legacy on the field.
Really?
I really don't. What I want to be known for more than anything is how I saw people and treated people. At the end of the day, on that football field, there will be somebody else who comes and, plays the position better than I did, who played longer, who scored more touchdowns, who, there will be somebody better. The things that I did on the field will wash away. Somebody else will do them. But how you treat people, that lasts with you for a lifetime. So just teaching my kids that, hey, the way you treat people, the way you see people, the way you love people, that's how people are going to remember you.
Congratulations on the award. Really excited for you guys.
Thank you. It means a lot. Thank you.
Still to come, head coach Kevin O'Connell opens up about where he sees J.J. McCarthy's growth this season. We also have exclusive behind-the-scenes footage of Harrison Smith's 200th career game. And we highlight several of the ways the Vikings give back to the community.
Touchdown, Vikings!
Welcome back into Vikings Weekly. I'm your host, Tatum Everett. The Vikings return to US Bank Stadium on Sunday to play the Commanders, who are 5-5 all-time on the road against Minnesota. And they've actually never won at US Bank Stadium. Head coach Kevin O'Connell spent some time on Washington's staff and sat down with PA during this week's episode of X's and O's, where they talked about the state of the defense and J.J. McCarthy's maturation.
Yeah, I think what I saw was great disguise. They were doing a lot of things to try to cause some confusion pre-snap for not only Sam, but the play caller there and the rest of the guys on the offensive team there for the Seahawks. There was great disguise. And then there was a play style there that, encompassed we wanted to be a good tackling team. And I thought they were on the field a lot. They were on the field too much and maybe wore down a little bit as the game went on, but they continued to find a way to force some of those third downs where there was potential for the ball to get turned over and give us a chance to get back in the game. There was a chance to make some impactful plays, not only by Dallas. Eric Wilson had a very nice game. Blake Cashman. We saw Van Ginkel continue to impact the game. Doesn't always do it in the stat sheet where people can see it, but he's so impactful. Getting Jonathan Grenard back, I think he played 15 snaps, is obviously huge as one of our best players. And then how about a guy like Jay Ward stepping in and bringing a physicality and a level of play style and tackling to that corner position. Flo and his staff have come up with ways to get Jay Ward on the field, which I love because I love watching just the way Jay Ward plays football. Now, he does it on the kicking game, but now we're starting to see it a little bit on the defensive side.
Yeah, so Rodgers comes out for a few plays. In comes Jay Ward. I mean, just welcome to the show, man. As a corner, you're opposite Jackson, Smith, and Jigba. And, defenses disguised so beautifully, it initially looks like, wow, that might be one-on-one. Then of course, there's a little help, but I think they would call that baptism by fire. Yeah, Jay's giving you some good reps this year. Lastly, football being the ultimate team game, it's very difficult, at least for me, to hone in on one thing and say, this is the most important thing. But it arguably, Kevin, is the single most important thing with the 2025 Minnesota Vikings moving forward, the improvement and maturation of J.J. McCarthy.
Yeah, I just think it's the quarterback position and the ability to play at a consistent level that allows the other guys to have an impact on the game. Everything goes through the quarterback position, and we've seen some moments. You go back through our season, you see some moments where JJ gets in a great rhythm, and we're able to really see the fruits of the special players we have on our offense, like Justin and Jordan and TJ and Jalen Naylor, and I think just the consistency factor of not only JJ doing his job, but the detail of everybody around him, the ability to make sure we're limiting any and all self-inflicted causes that either eliminate our chances for success on a given play, sequencing of a play on a drive, a critical 3rd and 2. Can we get 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4? Can we get all 11 guys doing their job and find a way to get those new set of downs and then see if we can stack more positive plays on that? All well, this PA as well as anybody, we've got to try to find a way to generate some of those explosive plays that help you not have to drive it 12, 13, 14 plays every time you touch it. And it's been kind of a hallmark of our offense over the course of our time here, even when maybe we've hit a stretch during a game where we don't consistently have positive plays. We've been able to overcome it by generating those 7 to 10 explosive type plays in the game that either flip the field, put you in the scoring zone, or ultimately provide the lift needed to then stack whatever's required to go get a win. And even if that's coming from behind, a fourth quarter comeback, one-score games that we've been pretty successful at. Those plays are just something that we've lacked and we haven't had enough of this year. And the continued growth and development of JJ coming back, hopefully with a full week of practice this week, will be a real positive, and I can't wait to watch him play.
For that full episode, you can check out Vikings.com or the Vikings app. Harrison Smith reached a major milestone this season, hitting the 200th career game mark with the Minnesota Vikings. Let's take a look at some behind-the-scenes exclusive footage of the should-be Hall of Famer's big day.
Harrison Smith, the ultimate Minnesota Vikings, the ultimate NFL safety. The type of guy that you just want to watch football for.
There aren't many players that have put on the Vikings uniform that have meant more to the franchise than Harrison Smith.
Playing in his 200th game as a Minnesota Viking, Harrison Smith. Here to lead this goal chant and sound the Geller horn. In honor of Harrison Smith's 200th game as a Viking, please welcome Harrison's wife, Madison, and their children.
That's something special that will be pretty cool to look back on for a long time. My wife was pretty nervous, so I'm glad it looked like she did a good job. The kids as well. It was pretty cool. It's kind of like weird when I'm 23 getting drafted here, you don't think about those things. But yeah, it's pretty special.
Yeah, I don't know a whole lot about Minnesota, I guess.
Congratulations, we're real excited for you.
Thank you. Harrison Smith.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Happy to have you here, huh?
Appreciate it.
Good deal.
So this is the war room?
Yeah, come on. You know, he wasn't the biggest guy coming out. He wasn't the fastest guy coming out, but he knew how to play football.
Intercepted! Yes, it was!
The natural instincts that he has, but not everybody does. Smart, instinctive, attentive, physical. He's humble. He gets it.
It's an honor to me for them to think highly enough of me to come in here, spend such a high pick on me. And also, I want to back that up. I want to make them right.
He's been a model citizen here. He's been a great teammate. He's been a great player. He's checked all the boxes.
If you look into Harry's eyes, I get scared. There's an icy cold killer in there somewhere. So, that's what he brings. That's why he can come up in run support and make those big tackles. Suddenly he's 30 yards back making an interception. He's one of the smartest people I've ever met. And I think he's dirt tough and he doesn't mind sticking his head in there and making tackles when he needs to.
That was a hell of a tackle.
That's some Harrison Smith.
Hitman don't miss.
We're in elite company, man.
I'm so pleased to see how well he plays, how much he fits into this team and is the heartbeat of this team.
The game has evolved and changed dramatically. For Harrison to play as long as he has at such a high level, it shows that the football character that he has, it shows the love of the game that he has. He's a potential Hall of Famer, at least in my opinion.
He's one of those guys that I don't think has ever gotten the credit nationally for the special player and person that he is and the way he's done it on a day-to-day basis.
This is his legacy here, and he's been a great addition to the Vikings.
Sunday will mark the Hitman's 203rd career game. And every home game, we like to recognize people in the community who are making an impact. And we got a real special treat when we honored longtime teacher Linda Wallenberg.
A lot of people want to know, why do I still teach? And it's really the same answer I gave 50 years ago. It's because I fell in love. The classroom is a place where I get to harvest hope. And as a teacher, I get to set a table where there is a seat for every single child. I run into a former student and I ask, what do you remember about 9th grade English? What they remember is that they felt seen. I get to comment on a journal. Maybe I'll write, I see you, and know that maybe I might be the only person that day that actually affirmed that student and gave her, let's say, a chance to feel seen. My favorite word I use in the classroom, and my students will absolutely laugh, if we don't have a day when I don't say, was there any serendipity in the last 24 hours? And students are constantly finding those connections with each other. Somebody inspired me to become a teacher, and that's just what I needed to do, and it's what I was made for. I truly believe that.
Please welcome today's Medtronic game changer, Linda Wallenberg.
Well, we can't wait to see you at US Bank Stadium on Sunday. It's Commanders and Vikings kickoff at noon on Fox. And before we go, we'll leave you with one of our favorite ways to give back to the community during this holiday season. Thanks for watching.
It's a really exciting, day for us. Really meaningful to give back to our community and to families who are in need as we head into Thanksgiving. We're partnering with Land O'Lakes and the Open Door Food Pantry to deliver 1,600 meals.
This is one of my favorite events. Like, we look forward to this every year, and it's great to give back, make it fun.
Yeah, it's fun. Just to loading stuff up with teammates is always fun. Spending time with the guys and being able to support a good cause and feed some local families, it's awesome.
I think it helps the players and the coaches really feel connected to the community. But for the community members who are often struggling, it's very easy to feel like no one sees you and no one knows. And to see an organization like the Vikings, to see the players and coaches know and care, it absolutely has impact far beyond the dinner table.
We have such an important platform at the Vikings to do good in our community, and we want to use that platform to make a positive impact. So when our players, our coaches, our partners, our staff can come out and do good things and to deliver these meals to families, it's really important. And hopefully it brightens the days of the communities who are ultimately receiving them, that they know that the Minnesota Vikings help provide them their Thanksgiving meal.
We get a very blessed time to be in this building, be around these people, do our jobs, be in our profession. And for some, they're making sure they look for their next meal. Can they provide for their crew, their family, their circle during the holiday time? So it's always nice to be able to take that stress off of them. And that's something that we put a big emphasis on, and that's exemplified in today's activities.